Cal Kestis is back. Star Wars Jedi: Survivor is the highly anticipated sequel to the hugely successful title from Respawn Entertainment. Years have passed since Cal Kestis and his allies destroyed a holocron containing potential future Jedi. Since then, Cal has become a fugitive that does what he can to disrupt the Empire and help those in need. But soon, he'll face a war on many fronts. A mysterious villain has come into the fold, and the Inquisitors are hunting down Cal with every breath. He must push his Force abilities to new heights and battle against all foes to survive the darkness to come.
Remind our friend here why his kind are supposed to be dead.
Have this! Here we go!
After all we've done, the Empire's only grown stronger.
Thanks, Bode. Part of the job, Gustus.
The Jedi is a threat.
Not now that we have this.
As long as we fight. Hope survives.
Are you ready to return to a certain school of magic? If so, then you're excited about the arrival of Hogwarts Legacy. The game allows you to live the unwritten so you can journey even deeper into the magical world of Harry Potter. You'll be a student at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and learn magic from the professors in the castle. Speaking of the castle, you'll be able to roam inside it and outside it, explore to see its secrets, interact with magical creatures, and more. There are many ways to play the title, so see what kind of witch or wizard you want to be.
Future of the wizarding world. Every corridor, every portrait, every stone in this castle tells the story of witches and wizards who came before. Here you will meet lifelong friends and grow into your own magical abilities in the classrooms of the world's most talented professors. And while your journey begins at Hogwarts, brewing potions, taming fantastic beasts, and mastering spells, there is a larger world beyond these walls. A world filled with dangers you can't yet imagine. An ancient knowledge long gone from this world. That strange and mysterious talent you possess may be the key to unlocking this dormant power.
Here is a title that many people have been expecting for years, but it never came out. Dead Island 2 made waves with a hilarious reveal trailer, but development setbacks prevented the game's launch. However, here in 2023, things are different, we hope. The game will take you to Los Angeles, where the zombie apocalypse continues. You'll work alone or with friends to survive the hordes of the undead and stay in the realm of the living. The title's fun comes from the weapons you use to take down zombies. You can even use the environment to do the damage for you. So strike first and stay alive.
Jimmy? Humanity's survival depends on the red gold pumping through my veins.
Well, sounds like you're the star of the show now.
This motherfucker!
Summertime, weather's hotter, running out of holy water. I hate all your songs about having fun next to all the strip malls and the bleached out sun. Summertime is a tired muse, and all your parks are too cool for
Oh, shit.
Boom! Gods and whiskey!
I will not have this devil in my house!
Gosh, this is beyond insane.
season. A letter to the future puts you in a mysterious world where life begins and ends with the seasons. When a season ends, so too does the history that was built up in it. One such season is about to end, and that's where Estelle comes in. She's determined to learn more about the world she's never seen and record the truth for the future citizens of the world, whoever they may be. As you explore, you'll use various tools to unlock the truth. But what is the truth of this world? How will it be used to prepare those that come next? Start your journey and find out.
An old artist, a community organizer, a reclusive monk. I was with them in the final moments before the evacuation. Who are they? What kind of power shaped their lives? And how is it connected to what will happen to us? If the answers aren't in my journal, if these lives aren't captured here, they'll be lost in the turning of the season.
The game known as Everywhere is aiming to be something truly special and unique, which a lot of games are trying to be right now, but few are actually succeeding in. In the game, well, we're actually not sure of all that it is going to be. We know that the reveal trailer showed off a cyberpunk-style city, one that has a lot of unique characters and stories apparently going to be told in it. The team are being a bit coy but saying that a metaverse kind of experience can be felt in the title. We know there will at least be one main character, if not more. But hopefully, more about this massive game will be revealed soon. Looking for something that invokes the feeling of martial arts tales of the past. Good, because where winds meet will be that for you. The game is set in the 10 Kingdoms' final days in China, and you will play as a lone swordsman with many choices to make. With the lands around you now plunged in chaos and war, you'll get to choose whom to fight for. Or, if you even want to fight at all. If you do wield your sword, you'll have to go up against foes both human and supernatural, as well we elemental. Learn more attacks so you can handle all that comes your way and carve out what the nation of China is meant to be in your eyes. In 2023, we should hopefully have the next Diablo title, or as fans have been stating, the Diablo title we should have gotten instead of Immortal, to which we say dang straight. Anyway, Diablo IV will continue the lore of the franchise in a meaningful way and hopefully won't go and ruin things like certain previous titles have done. We're putting this a bit low on the list because while we have no doubt that Diablo IV will be expansive in its own way, the dungeon crawler doesn't technically have full open world aspects. Still, we think it'll be a good game with as few microtransactions as possible, we hope.
May we fight true in His holy name.
Atomic Heart is set up in an alternative 1955 timeline where the Soviet Union has advanced dramatically with new technological wonders. Players are stepping into a KGB special agent named P3, who is tasked with visiting a factory that's gone silent. To discover what's going on with this factory, players will need to venture into an area ruled by robots and oddity creatures. We've been waiting a good while for this game, and we're hopeful that Atomic Heart hits the marketplace at some point before 2023 wraps. However, as for the open world element, we're left waiting for more confirmation on how big of a map player will get to explore. We know that the game has sections of the factory in different areas, but just how expansive the map is for players to venture through and what all you'll do in this world remains to be seen. Crimson Desert is an online open-world title with various twists that might just get you try it out. You'll be set in the world of Pywall, a land that is full of dangers and is constantly changing. The people of this land struggle to get by every single day, and it's up to you and other mercenaries to try and make the land safe again. Yes, you are a mercenary in this game, and you'll take on jobs to fight monsters and villains of all types in order to save people. But you don't have to do these jobs alone. Team up with others to ensure your victory. Life is hard in Crimson Desert. Will you be able to survive it?
Only those who live through the hunger, cold, and dangers of the wilderness may find a home in these lands. Call it the pride of a northerner. They came with their manners, rules, and ranks. I couldn't care less about the ways of you lowlanders.
At least the lands are still...
Up north, we have our own way of doing things.
Maybe he's to blame, maybe he ain't.
Young master, the lands here are cold and barren.
You can starve to death for all I care.
The north is full of dangers, whether you're a prince or a peasant. Whether man or beast, only the strong will survive.
Funnily enough, a major monster collecting game that is also open world is coming out later this year via Pokémon Scarlet and Violet. However, if you're wanting another adventure along those lines in 2023, then the upcoming DokeV is for you. In this game, you'll go on an adventure with the interesting creatures known as the DokeV, who actually get their strength from people's dreams. So you'll need to put the best team together in order to go on the grandest of adventures. Though there's no release date for this game, fans are still anticipating its release in a big way. When it comes to epic RPGs, there are a few companies out there that you can rely on in order to get the best experiences possible, and one of them is Obsidian Entertainment. Why is that? Because they're team behind grand RPGs like Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, and more. So when they announced a new RPG in the form of Avowed, yeah, people were excited, even if we don't know too much about the game at present. The game will be set in a fantasy world that has all sorts of monsters that are apparently born from the sins of an empire. You'll be able to use sword and sorcery to try and fix things, and you can bet there's a lot of quests and side quests for you to partake in.
And you must face the monsters our sins have borne. Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
Easily one of the bigger problems that some fans have had with the Assassin's Creed games as of late is their massive worlds that kind of defeated the purpose of the original games in terms of them being about stealth and assassinations. Do you remember how big Valhalla was? If that was indeed a gripe you have, then Assassin's Creed Mirage will help ease your pain a little. Because here, you'll be confirmed to one city, Baghdad, and while it will be divided into 4 districts, the main purpose of its size is to give you all the chance to be a true assassin once again. To use the upper and lower paths to get to where you need to and to make sure your target never sees you coming.
Are you ready to leave your life behind and walk the path of shadows?
I am.
Then, out of the dark, you will come into the light. And from the light, you will return to the dark. Never forget the tenets you have sworn to uphold.
One of the first AAA games to come out in 2023 is that of Forspoken, a title that has had a bit of a troubled history in terms of development, but still has the potential to be great. In the game, you'll play as a woman from New York named Frey. She suddenly gets warped from her home and into the world of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, a land of both magic and monsters. To try and get back home, she must use new magical abilities that she finds within herself in order to fight monsters and get back home. So if you're up for a magical fantasy adventure, Forspoken is for you.
Let's finish this. The S.T.A.L.K.E.R franchise is actually a bit larger than you might realize, and the only reason we haven't gotten S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chernobyl already is due to real-world events. As a result, the hype for this game will continue to build as time ticks towards its release, and it's aiming to be one of the most expansive versions of the franchise yet, including remolding the exclusion zone that we've been in during the last few games. You'll play as a S.T.A.L.K.E.R who is once again trying to make their living by what is there and trying to survive the other S.T.A.L.K.E.R s, as well as mutant monsters who are trying to get in your way.
And comparable at best to the conquest of space.
Don't want the innocent to suffer? Then help me find the culprit.
And who the fuck are you?
And what do we have a decade later? The Zone, in our image, after our likeness.
My men are still lying out there, and I can't even bury them.
died in an anomaly. Shot by loners. Found with a stone around his neck. Thrown off a cliff. Torn apart by dogs.
The original game in this franchise, Ark: Survival Evolved, brought a lot of things to the table and amazed fans with how everything was handled. Ark 2 is aiming to expand that in a major way, including by making the world even bigger than it was before. In the game, you'll play as someone with no true memory of who they are, and waking up to a world that is full of contradictions in terms of who and what is there. Now, you must do what you can to explore and harness this world and team up with some of its heroes to keep its people safe. Oh, and Vin Diesel is in this game because why not at this point? There are all kinds of ways to play the open world genre, and yes, that includes throwing vampires into the game so that people can have a horrifying open world experience. In Redfall, you are part of a town which has been overrun with literal vampires. They have blotted out the sun and are attempting to remain in the human world forever. But naturally, you're not going to let that happen, are you? You can do the fight alone or team up with friends in order to push the vampires out of your homes, and along the way, figure out why they're here and what true plans they have for Redfall. Need to explore or run from as fast as possible. Treasure, deadly battles and creatures, and adventure await you.
It's red.
It's on me!
From the team that made the Arkham trilogy comes the next great superhero classic starring supervillains this time around. In Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, you'll play as either Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, or King Shark. Their mission is simple: take out the members of the Justice League who have been brain-controlled by the evil entity known as S.T.A.L.K.E.R. You'll go through sprawling cityscapes within the DC Comics universe in order to take them down, if you can take them down at all. Given this studio's desire to create incredible adventures, you're definitely going to want to try this one out when it arrives.
Taking point for you, Shark. Pulverize.
Who else needs a backing?
Oh, yeah.
Say what you will about the Avatar movie and the franchise that is finally growing from it, but you can't deny that James Cameron did it again by making a world and creation that had a lot of imagination put into it. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is going to be an extension of that in the movie in the best of ways, because in the game you'll be playing as your own Na'vi and explore the western continent of Pandora, a place we've never seen yet. You'll be tasked with various things on your adventure, so be sure to see all you can in the game. Boy, Bethesda loves to string us along and then drop something masterful on us, don't they? They've been teasing Starfield for literal years, and even when we thought we were going to get new information on the game, we didn't. Then they delayed the game to 2023, and now we have to wait even longer for information. The good news is that we do know that Bethesda is putting all they have into Starfield to make it a true space open-world game that everyone can enjoy. We still don't know all we can do in it, but they've been teasing a revolutionary adventure, and that means something coming from them.
It would appear that pirates of the Crimson Fleet.
It's almost ironic that the game we still know very little about is the one that tops this list. And that's honestly because The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild was a revelation when it came out. Legend of Zelda games had never been this open before. Sure, they had a lot of areas in games like Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time, but it guided, not open world. Plus, with The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild sequel, you're going to see an improvement on what is in the open world, and that likely means more content. We've seen a few clips and teases of the title so far, but hopefully we'll get a true name and release date for 2023 soon. Many titles are anticipated in 2023, but Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is easily one of the most anticipated. Why? Because the previous two titles from Insomniac Games were incredible. They dove deep into the lives of Peter Parker and Miles Morales and delivered adventures that fans couldn't get enough of. That makes the wait for the game so hard. We've seen one trailer for the title, and it only teased a few things. Granted, one of those things was Venom, and that's exciting, but it's not enough. Hopefully, we'll hear more from Insomniac about the title soon. That way, we can get even more hype for the game to come.
Yet all I found is disappointment. Will one of you finally give me what I desire?